Hi, my name is Tracy, and I'm going to give you a short, sweet yoga break today. So if sitting at your desk has your hamstrings, back of upper thighs, and your hip flexors, front of hips feeling tight, this will be a nice break for you. So let's start off on our hands and knees on our yoga mat, and I'm going to have you start with just a little spine stretch called cat and cow. So I want you to kneel on your hands and your knees, and you want to lift up your breastbone away from the mat. That'll spread your shoulder blades far and wide in your back. Head lengthens away from tailbone, and I want you to just think of the front ribs lifting to meet the back ribs so your spine stretches long. Inhale, I want you to look away, and then I want you to exhale, draw chin to chest, scoop abdominal wall into spine. Inhale, head lengthens away from tailbone. Exhale, scoop abdominal wall in, drop head. Keep on lengthening top of head away from tailbone. Inhale, stretch your spine. Exhale, 3 more. Inhale, feel elongation, and exhale. 2 more. Inhale, stretch, and exhale, release. Last one, deep inhale, and exhale, release. All right. Next, take the tops of your feet, and you're placing them on the mat underneath you. Your hips, your knees, your ankles all follow the same path of alignment. Sit your hips back over your heels. If you have any knee issues, you could put a pillow under your glutes. You could roll up a yoga blanket, stick it under your glutes and sit on the blanket. You could even put a yoga blanket under the fronts of your ankles for extra support. So see what feels good and what makes sense to you. So Balasana, let's go into child's rest pose. Take your arms, you're going to extend them straight onto the mat in front of you. Relax your forehead into the mat. And then I just want you to take a moment and just do a little body scan. See if there's any areas that feel tight. If any areas feel tight, I want you to redirect your focus and breathe into them. Inhale. And then exhale, release. Breathing in, feel low back, releasing. Exhale. Good, just breathe into that low back area. Feel how ribs expand sideways, breathing in. Scoop abdominal wall into spine, exhale. And one more time, deep inhale. And then gently exhale. Awesome. Slowly, you're going to come all the way up. I want you to take both legs and walk them through. And then if you have a yoga strap, I want you to use it. If you don't, you can grab a belt, just like I'm using my belt that I use for my jeans. I'm just going to wrap that around the bottom of my foot and lie down on the yoga mat. And I'm just going to have you make sure that you keep both of your hip bones straight and equal all the way across. And you're just going to gently start to pull the leg towards you and hold it there and breathe. Good. So I just want you to stay there. Pull the leg towards you. And then if you want to be more protective of your low back, you have any disc issues, you could keep this knee bent if you like. If you want to advance the exercise a little bit, just slide the bent knee straight down onto the mat. Flex your foot so the leg is active, and you're going to feel the front of that hip elongating. So you're just going to breathe in. You're gently pulling that leg in towards you. I'm going to have you take your opposite arm down against the floor. Hold here. Breathing in. Keep elongating opposite leg down onto the mat. Flex the foot, kneecap points up to the ceiling. Breathing in. Exhale. Excellent. One more time, deep inhale. Feel those collarbones spread wide in front. And exhale. Good. So we're going to move into agastasana B. What I want you to do, you're going to keep a straight line across the two hip bones so your pelvis stays aligned. And then I want you to just gently bring your leg out to the side. Now we want to keep our alignment. So we don't want to rotate our body just to stretch our leg further. Your hip points stay facing to the sky. Feel the elongation down the front of that thigh. And I want you to reach your leg to the side and just hold it here. Your abdominal wall is drawing deeply into your spine. And I want you to feel your spine elongating into the mat underneath you. And breathing in. And exhale. If you're flexible enough where the leg is almost resting on the floor, but you feel your pelvis shifting to the floor, to the side of the straight leg, you can even take like a rolled up yoga blanket or a mat and stick it under the knee for support, so you don't have the inclination to roll your pelvis sideways. Breathing in. And exhale. Let's get that stretch all down the inside of that leg. Good. Just breathing in. Focus on that spine staying long. And gently exhale, release. Okay, we're switching to the other side of our body now. I want you to take your belt, your strap, switch hands. Now, I want you to think of really stretching your leg away from your center. Get that elongation.
If you're on YouTube,
you could even soften your knee if you like. Stay right there. You could even soften your knee if you like. And I want you to reach all the way to the point where you're feeling the outside of your hip, but you're not allowing your hip to lift off the mat. I want you to keep the back of the pelvis down for now. And then I want you to think of breathing into the sides of your ribs. Inhale as your ribs expand. And get a stretch between your rib cage and your hip bone. Exhale. Feel the elongation in the muscles in between here. Breathing in, collarbones wide in front, so you keep this wide open. And then exhale. Good. So this next variation, I'm going to have you start to slowly inhale, stretch spine longer, and you're going to exhale and twist a little bit. So it's okay if the hip starts to come up a little bit, as long as you're drawing deep into your center. You're getting a deeper stretch into your spine. The hip is lifting up a little bit, scoop in. Feel like you're wringing out a wet sponge into the side of those ribs over there. And then you're going to take your arm and stretch down into the floor. You could even cactus your arm if the shoulder's tight. Cactus your arm by your side. You could keep head neutral, neck elongated. Or you could slowly turn and look over to the cactus arm to stretch your neck. Breathing in. Exhale. Good. Really breathe into those ribs. We want to release tightness in our back and the side of our hip and thigh. It's all related. Good. One more time. Slowly, you're going to bring your leg back to the center. And then bend the knee in. Take both knees Now I'm going to have you cactus both arms for a moment to the mat, down by your sides, no higher than shoulder height. So elbows are going to be lower than shoulder height. And then what I want you to do, slowly allow both knees to shift off to one side. Breathe, only to go to where it's comfortable. Inhaling and exhaling. Come back center. Inhale. Feel your spine stretch long. Now we're going to slowly swivel to the other side, just to where it's comfortable. Breathing in. Head looks opposite direction than from where your knees are. Good. Exhale. Gently come back center. Now take your strap. We're going to bring it over the bottom of the opposite foot. And if you want to keep pelvis more stable, keep the bottom knee bent. If you have any back issues, if not, you're going to straighten that leg. And then I want you to flex your bottom foot. Make the leg active. You're protecting your hip, the integrity of your hip, the knee, the ankle. That leg reaches long. Now, you're just going to hold your strap. And you're going to slowly pull the leg in. You can have both hands holding the strap, or you could have the same side arm. And I want you to just feel the elongation. And then you're keeping your spine long. You're tightening your core into your back. And just breathe. If you notice tension, softly breathe into the tension, and you can feel it melt from your body. Inhaling and exhaling. Good. Feel how that heel of the straightened out leg is pressing into the floor. For a deeper stretch, you could flex the heel of the leg that's in the air. Inhaling and exhaling. Okay, so we're going to go into agastasana B. Keep your hip points facing the sky. And you're going to slowly start to reach your leg to the side. I don't want you to go like that and lift your pelvis. I want you to keep your body aligned. Stretch your spine long under you. And just go to where you can out to the side. If you're super flexible, I don't want you to lock your joints out and hang in them. So if your leg goes all the way to the floor, I want you to support your joint, maybe by rolling up a towel, sticking it under your knee. Keep pelvis aligned and breathe. Feel the tension melt from your body. Just let that spine stretch and elongate. Good. Take your opposite hand, grab the strap. Now we're going to take our other arm, either cactus it out, a little bit elbow lower than shoulder, feel open through shoulder, chest, or you can have your arm down by your side, and you're going to slowly just reach that leg over the body. For right now, I want your back of your pelvis on the mat for a moment, and then I want you to be aware of the area here on the side of your rib and hip bone. And then I want you to think of this part wringing out like a sponge as we do a little spinal rotation. We want to inhale, stretch our spine long into the mat. As you exhale, you're going to push your leg into the strap and stretch to wring out that wet towel. Breathing in, you're getting a stretch into the spine as your abdominals draw deeper into the spine. Exhale. Good. So you're breathing in. Exhale. If you want to have a deeper oppositional stretch, you can turn head, look over opposite shoulder. Breathing in. Or you could keep your head neck neutral, centering like that, keeping your spine reaching long. And exhale, gently elongate. Feel the abdominal wall. Draw deeper to the spine on your inhales. On the exhales, air goes out of the lungs as you stretch and elongate the leg away from your center. Your counterbalance is this shoulder down on the mat. Inhale and exhale. You're going to feel your low back releasing as you get a nice stretch down through iliotibial band. One more deep inhalation in. And exhale. Awesome. Slowly come back center. Take off your yoga band strap. Reach under the knees. And I just want you to gently rock side to side across your low back. I have one more pose for sauna for you. So I'm going to have you just gently roll to your side. Push top arm. Come up to seated position. All right. So this next exercise, we're going to do a hero's pose. And when you do a hero's pose, we're going to do half. So what I want you to do seated, I want you to have your legs straight. And then I want you to take one leg and you're going to separate the calf away from the thigh, bend the knee, and then your pelvis is squared, and then your straight leg, your knee is pointing up to the sky. And what I want you to do, you're going to stretch arms to sky, inhale, and then I want you to fold from your hip sockets forward. And I want you to grab a hold of that foot for a moment. I want you to keep the spine reaching long. Spine is long. Inhale, toes point to sky. Exhale.